Mayhem Athletes, welcome back for another fantastic day of fitness. We got legs, we got arms, we got your entire body in today's workout, so get ready and let's go. And we are getting right into our warm-up. Time starts now. Athletes are going with bunny hops in place. We're gonna go for 15 seconds, so go ahead, and single unders without a rope. So go ahead and start jumping for me. We're working on getting our ankles warmed up, getting our calves warmed up, we're getting our blood flow. If you wanna do some double under hops here, you can. If you wanna keep it with singles, you most definitely can. When we're done with this, we're gonna go ahead and stop, take our hands, put them on our legs, and we're gonna go into RDLs here. So athletes are gonna ride their hands down their legs and down and up. And they're gonna continue these reps on their own. When you get to a point where you start to feel your lower back round out, that's the end range of your motion. So you're gonna feel like you can get a little bit deeper with this each time. Every time you stand up, squeeze your glutes, and I want you to think about standing explosively. So we're down and we're up. Athletes will do one more rep, and then we're gonna stand next, and we're gonna take our hands, put them out to the sides, and we're gonna make big circles. Does not matter the direction, you can go forwards or back, because we will go opposite in just a second. So go through this, big circles, big circles. You wanna try to reach as high as you can when you're overhead, and then come as close to your body when you go down. And reverse your direction. And then everybody needs a little bit of self-love, so we're gonna drop our hands and start giving ourselves the biggest hug that we possibly can. So throw those arms back and forth. Arms are gonna alternate, so right on top, then left on top. Just get yourself open. This could be in the morning, this could be at night. You could be going to work, you could be getting back from work, but whatever it is, we gotta get loosened up for what we're about to do. The next one we have is we're gonna hold that hug position, and then we're gonna start to turn side to side, trying to look behind ourselves with each rep that we do. We're gonna do 1, 2, 3, and the last one, and relax. We are getting straight into our workout, so get ready. Athletes, we are getting straight into our workout. We've got 10 seconds on the clock, so get ready, let's go. Athletes are starting in 5, 3, 2, 1, go. Today's workout is for quality, so we have 5 sets today with a 1-minute rest after each. We have Laura doing her X jumps, touching the ground with that left side and then jumping with both hands. Then she switches to her right side for 6 reps. TJ is doing his hang dumbbell snatches. He did 6 on his left, 6 on his right. The weight that you use for today's workout should be something, like I said, needs to be for quality. So you're not trying to show somebody up. You're acting as though you were selling these reps at the farmer's market this coming Saturday. And if they don't look good, nobody's gonna buy them. So keep that in mind. We've got both athletes moving into their squats. Laura is doing an unweighted air squat. TJ is doing a goblet squat. He's holding by one head of the dumbbell. If you don't have a dumbbell and you guys have a kettlebell or a similar object, just keep that object close to your chest, making sure that you're getting full extension at the top and below parallel at the bottom. Next, we are going into our push press. So with our push press, we have an object push press for Laura. She's got a water bottle filled with titanium, so it's around 50 pounds. And then we've got TJ with a 35-pound dumbbell. Again, they're using weight that they can do for quality. You get 6 reps on each side, and then you will rest for 1 minute. Now, when we're going through this, the thing I would like you to pay attention to is your round time for your first round, and that's our pacing round. So that means that rounds 2, 3, 4, and 5 should be at a similar time. If we get into this and we've gone way too fast and we get our first round done in 10 seconds, and then every round after that takes 5 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, we outpaced ourselves a little bit. So remember, I need quality and I need consistency for today's workout. During this rest time, you guys are welcome to dance in place if you would like, or you can go grab water, you can do whatever you need to, but make sure you are back in time for that next set. We've got our second set coming up. Athletes are going into the same amount of reps, the same amount of work as we did the first time. Make sure if you started with your left in the first round, we are gonna start with our left again on round 2 or set 2. Rest time is up for Laura. She is moving into this, making sure that as she goes through these reps, she makes clear contact with the floor and she's getting full extension through her jump. When you guys go through this, if it's too difficult to reach the floor, you can place a small object like a book in between your feet and go down to that, making sure it's not gonna inhibit the jump that you have and give you a risk of stepping on whatever that object is. TJ's going back into his hang dumbbell snatch. With these, it's important to make sure that we're keeping our chest up as the dumbbell swings through our legs, just like TJ's doing, and then getting full extension overhead. Now TJ has switched up his grip on his goblet squats, so he's taken it from that vertical position to a horizontal position. Again, this is personal preference here, as long as you can maintain that object close to your body, and we are passing below parallel and getting full extension. Laura is back onto her push press, making sure that when she dips for her push press, heels are staying on the ground. If you guys get into a position where our feet are too close together, then you're gonna start seeing yourself going to your toes and heels will raise off the ground, which would be a no rep. I'm gonna call that today, because again, we're for quality. So if these aren't near perfect reps, or as near perfect reps for you as possible as they are, because you know what you're capable of, and sometimes you don't, because you've impressed me these past workouts that we've done, make sure that we are focused on quality the entire time. Both athletes are on their second rest, and then we got 3 more rounds after this. One more thing that I want to mention on this workout is that when you guys are going through this, be smart with the rest time. So don't get distracted. If you need to grab water, that's fine, but I want you to focus on the work that you've got ahead of you, and then also think of some corrections you can make. So if you knew that you were kind of short in your range of motion because you were trying to beat TJ on those dumbbell shoulder to overhead, then think about slowing it down just a little bit and give me that quality once again. We are going to be moving into our third set of 5. Laura is back on her X jumps. When you guys are doing these movements, I always stress the importance of breathing. So when Laura's going through this, you can hear her exhaling as she comes up, and then the same thing with TJ when he's going on those dumbbell snatch. He comes from the hang position overhead and he will exhale, taking his breath while the dumbbell's overhead to stabilize his core. Laura is back into her air squats. With our air squats, you guys can go through these too quickly to the point where you're not getting full extension. So make sure at the top of each rep, we're thinking about chest getting tall, and that will automatically open our hips. If you have an issue with your squat depth, don't try to guess at it. Give yourself a target that you can squat down to and touch, and then stand right back up. That could be a wall ball, that could be a low stool, that could be anything that's gonna help you achieve that bottom position. If you know that below parallel is a tough position for you, then work on getting a little bit lower with each of those reps until we can get to that position. TJ is back on his goblet squats. We've got Laura on her push press with her object. Again, if you don't have a water bottle at home, this could be anything. If you've got a cat of moderate weight, you could use that. Anything that's nearby, but make sure it's a stable object so you're not gonna drop it on yourself or anything like that. We got TJ going back into these quality reps. I mean, I'm very impressed by both athletes. You guys are making my job easy today. Athletes are done with set number 3, and then we're gonna go into set number 4. We got 2 more sets total. So again, we are not trying to speed up here. We are looking at maintaining the same speed through all of these sets today. And most importantly, it is for quality. We'll have different workouts that we do that will be for time, for reps, for quality. Today, we're making it look good, and we want to make sure that it feels good. Athletes are just about to go into our 4th set. And Laura has started with her X jumps. Again, with these X jumps, you guys can modify these in any way. If you got any ankle issues and it's difficult for you to jump, I'm gonna have Laura do a couple reps with no jumps, just like this, so you can get to full extension at the top if you like, and you can go as far as that allows you to, but you don't have to make clearance if jumping is an issue. TJ is about to go right back to that dumbbell. If you guys are starting to get sweaty and your grip is getting loose, then think about getting some chalk or something that you can wipe your hands off with, just so that we're staying safe. You'll notice that when TJ makes his transition, we're gonna do a transition between our legs on this one. You guys are welcome to make the transition overhead only if you are comfortable with doing so. Watch that dumbbell as it makes the transition from your left to right hand so that we don't drop that on ourselves or anywhere else. Laura is back into her push press. She got a time of 7:03 on that one. She's gonna be going at 8:03. TJ is back on his goblet squats. Again, doing a great job of getting below parallel, keeping those knees out as we squat, and then standing full extension. Your knee position should always be in line with your toes. So think about your toes being the landing lights, and that's where we want our knees to be at. If you struggle with knees falling in on your squats, think about keeping your feet active or gripping the floor with your feet, and that'll keep you in that externally rotated position. TJ's finishing up his push press. Laura's got about another 20 seconds before we go into our final set. You guys are looking fantastic at home. Please keep that quality up. Remember, this is not a race for today's workout. We want to make sure we feel good, we're staying consistent all through these sets. Our athletes are just about to start their final set, and then we'll be done for the day. But if you're a little bit behind, keep going. We'll keep this clock running here, keep your clock running there, see this all the way through. Laura is back on those X jumps, making it look like she does this for a living. She just learned these today. It was amazing. She picks it up in like 2 seconds. Back onto these air squats. I am gonna cue Laura to try to fight that chest up as much as possible. When we go through these, we can get to a point where we get comfortable in the air squat and we start to relax just a little bit. With that no body weight option, we wanna make sure that we are really fighting ourselves into a good position. TJ has to fight himself into a good position with the dumbbell. So when we're doing body weight, we have to have a little bit more awareness sometimes than when we have the assistance of a counterbalance. Laura is on to her final exercise. She's got her left-right shoulder push press, and TJ is just starting this first round. Again, there's no race today. Wherever you were at in this workout, you're gonna do your full 5 sets. You promised me that at the beginning. So we're gonna get all the way through this. It's for quality, not for time, and Laura is done. So what Laura's gonna do is that she can go through a little bit of active recovery right now while TJ's going through his final sets. If you guys have finished at home, continue to move around, move those arms around. You can go through some slow passive squats, whatever you want to just keep yourself from getting tight. TJ's on his last set of our goblet squats. Again, he's adopted that that horizontal position with the dumbbell. Whatever you feel comfortable with is fine as long as that's staying close to our body. Chest is staying up in the dip. Heels are staying down in the dip as well. And then we're sending that right up overhead. This is his last set. Count them with me. We got 2, we got 3, we got 4, we got 5. I'm kidding. 1 more and 6. Fantastic. So we are done here. Athletes, if you are still working at home, again, it's for quality. So if you are still going, it doesn't mean that you placed any difference. We want to make sure that we are getting all of these reps in and that we feel good about our movements for today. Athletes, great job on today's effort. We're so happy to see you show up today. If you guys are not a part of the Mayhem Athlete community, please think about joining us because we've got a like-minded community of athletes that have a multitude of goals. Whether your goals are bodybuilding, functional fitness, CrossFit, bodyweight movements, at-home workouts, and more, we've got everything you could possibly need to find the best version of yourself. We've got a community of athletes that are working at their own goals and they will support you in your journey as well. So please, Mayhem Athlete, join us. We love having you here. Make sure that you guys stick around for our cool down that we have afterwards because I always say it's the most important part of our workout. And as always, be kind, be a good person, and join us next time for another great day of fitness.